I'm Allie. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite Disney movie. I think I've decided, on Mulan. There were two others, Hercules and Tangled, in that order, that I was thinking about, but I was thinking about it and thinking about what I was going to talk about, and something just set Mulan apart. There's just something about it that puts it just a little bit above the others. There are a lot of things I was thinking about when trying to decide which Disney movie was my favorite. Now, how do you even decide? That's such a daunting task. There's so many, and they're all so good. I've not encountered a Disney movie that I don't like. But one of the main things that I used when deciding which movie was my favorite was the rewatchability, I'll call it, I guess. That's the fact that I can sit down and watch Mulan from start to finish through the credits and right there rewind it and then start it again and watch it all the way through again. Back to back, day after day, I could watch Mulan. And I don't know if it's the characters or the music, something about that movie it doesn't get old. And not in some ways like Tangled, I love Tangled, but one time is enough. I don't need to watch it again and again, or every day. And there's nothing against it. It is my top 3, but something about Mulan, I could literally just sit down and watch it for hours. I think part of that can be attributed to the fact that this movie, maybe it's just me, but it makes me think every time I watch it. And that was something else that really pushed it above the other ones, because I sit there and I can watch it and I see something new every single time. And every single time I watch this movie, now remember, I'm an English major, so don't laugh, but I want to write an essay on the gender roles as they were displayed in this movie. And I think that's one of the major themes of the movie is gender roles. And no hate against this movie, but it's very sexist. And every time I watch it, I'll see something else and be, oh my god, did they just say that? Seriously? Which I think they need to be there, because one of the whole point of the movie is that Mulan's a strong girl and she's gonna fight for what she stands for, and she's gonna do it. She knows she's not supposed to be there and fighting in the army, but she's gonna fight for her family. That's what she believes in. But just seeing how sexist some of this stuff is, be a man. That's the classic Mulan song, and I love it. You have to sing to it, and I sing to it. But just the title just really displays, the masculinity that they're pushing on them. And the line, "Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons?" Everyone knows that line, because it's so ironic, because you know that she's there and she's not supposed to be, but he doesn't. And that's it makes a lot of sense in the movie, and it's needed for foreshadowing, but when you think about it, it's really goes against women. And I know that the time this movie was made, and it wasn't like it is now, but especially when they're talking about looking for girls, what kind of girls they like, and they're like, I want one that can cook for me, and I want one that's pretty, and Mulan's like, well, what about one that's smart? And they laugh at her, and they're like, you're crazy, who wants that? And again, it's needed for the plot of the movie, and I think they use it really well in that way to show that she is strong and she can fight for herself and she doesn't need these guys. But it just makes me want to write about it. Something it makes me think every time I watch the movie. I think that's really important, because if a movie doesn't make you think and you don't see something new in it every time you watch it, you'll get bored with it. And you won't want to sit down and watch it back to back to back or day after day, and it won't intrigue you the same way. after so many times of watching it. And Mulan does a very good job at keeping your attention no matter how many times you've seen the movie. There's always something new, something going on that you haven't seen before, especially because, like, I grew up on this movie as a kid, so, like, there was a lot that I watched and didn't understand or didn't even notice in the movie. Another thing Mulan does very well is the, like, supporting character, specifically Mushu. He is, like, the embodiment of a sidekick. He's perfectly fits that role. He's like that, what, I can't think of it, what it's called. The character, he's placed in there to be humorous and for you to laugh at him, and he just accomplishes that. I'll never not laugh when he says dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, like, that's so funny. And, like, I mean, it's supposed to be funny, like, it's a children's movie, so it's something obviously like that, like, kids will pick up on and see that, like, well, that's not a cow, that's a horse, and think it's funny. But, like, even now that I'm 18 years old, I think that line's funny, and I think Mushu's funny, and I think that's really important to a movie, is to make you laugh, especially something like Disney. And it has enough sad points in it, like when they find out she's a girl and she gets kicked out of the army and is sent away, and that's important to create depth. But it's a Disney movie, like, you don't want it to be sad, you want to cry. Movies like that, like, don't have that rewatchability that we talked about. And another thing is the music. Like, obviously in a Disney movie, the music has to be good, especially in the old ones. Nothing against them, but, like, with the newer movies, like, the animation is so advanced and there's so much to look at that the music isn't as important, which it seems to be getting better and better. I don't even know how that's possible. Like, come on, we listened to the music in Moana, like, it was so good. But especially with these older movies, like, the soundtrack has to be good. And the Mulan soundtrack is just, it's amazing. Like we talked about before, Be a Man, you have to sing. Like, you can't watch that movie and not sing. And like, Reflection, it makes me mad every time it comes on that I can't hit those notes and do it justice, but, like, you just gotta sing along to it anyways. Like, who cares? It's a Disney movie. You just gotta go with it. And that whole attitude, like, it's a Disney movie. Like, you just gotta go with it and have fun. It's another reason why this is, like, one of my absolute favorite Disney movies, because you can sit down and have fun with it, especially since it's older. Like, everyone's seen it. Everyone knows the story. You can talk through it, and you can have fun, and you can belt out the songs, and nobody cares. Like, no one's gonna be like, shh, I'm watching the movie, be quiet. You can just go with it and have fun. I'm really excited to see what they do with the live action. I don't know how I feel about it yet, because I love the movie so much. I'm gonna go see it, like, I have to see it, but I'm a little nervous. I don't want them to mess up my favorite movie, but we'll see. That's will be a story for another day. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Allie. Bye.